Tyler Duffey of the Twins, the guy who, I'm just going to say, inexplicably threw behind your mean Mercedes for having the audacity to hit a home run on a 3-0 pitch against a backup infielder the night before. 3-game suspension for intentionally throwing behind Mercedes. We actually, the three of us, have not discussed this whole brouhaha. I joked about it on MLB Now before the La Russa comments came out, Carlos, and I jokingly said to Dave Valley, uh-oh, is that against the unwritten rules? Never thinking anybody would have a problem with a guy hitting on a 3-0 against a backup second baseman. I'm incredulous by this whole thing.
Yeah, I don't understand how we can go to a player and say, hey, don't swing the bat. You know, you have to give this at bat up or a pitch up. You know, this is their livelihood.
Right.
You know, I can't do that to him. He's up there to compete. And that pitch was a very slow pitch. You know, you remember those how difficult to hit a knuckleball is? Mm-hmm. That was great hitting. And he's there with a bat. What is he supposed to do? Take a strike?
Right. And now the next day, this is after, look, very publicly, La Russa went after Mercedes and said, look, he had the sign. And that is the one defense, is that he said, I gave a sign to take, and he didn't. But then for the Twins to throw at him, Yonder, just handle that. Rocco Baldelli, the chutzpah of that guy, just I'm saying he ordered it, but we know how these things work. What, I mean, did that warrant throwing behind, even though I know he didn't buzz the tower at 100,
right.
He didn't actually hit him, he threw behind his legs. I get the nuance of it, but your take on actually doing that?
The message was sent, and it was sent very clearly. I don't agree with it at all. Look, he hit a home run. The next day in the newspaper, it's going to be shown as a home run, not who you hit it off of, what was the score. For this kid, it's taken him 8 years to get to the big leagues. Do you think he's excited about this? And if he has a chance to hit a ball out of the park and take it home with a 3-for-4 or a 4-for-4, whatever he did with a home run, so be it. These numbers, they go with you not only now, tomorrow, but for arbitration, for behind the baseball card. I have no problem with that. The only problem I have with this is the fact that Tony La Russa asked for a take, and therefore you need to respect your manager, you need to respect the sign.
Right.
And that's the only problem I have with that. But the fact that Duffey did what he had to do, I'm not a fan of that. If anything, he should have been pitching that game. Or I'm not sure if he pitched that game, but he should have been pitching when the score was like that instead, and got him out. There's no better feeling.
Yeah, by the way,
than getting that guy out.
There's a reason.
Just get him out.
There's a reason why he wasn't pitching the day before, because Rocco Baldelli went B squad, and then went C squad with his backup second baseman.
Right.
So I can see, like, I understand you guys, you've played Major League Baseball. There is a code of conduct. And let's say you're a AAA pitcher and you're just wearing it and we're crushing you, we're up 11. I could see, hey, take it easy on that guy. He's going to be cut. They're going to send him down the next day. We can take it easy. But Rocco Baldelli sent a position player to pitch, and I say at that point all bets are off. Now you're saving your bullpen to beat me tomorrow, which they did by 1 run, Carlos. So now it's a tactical move. So you have that guy throwing 45. All right, you're going to wear it. You're going to wear it. You're going to lose by 20. Go ahead.
What would happen if he takes a strike one, then he fouls off a pitch? Is then, you know, so you're going to be like, oh, I don't want to strike him out. No, he's going to try to strike him out. And if he strikes out, he's going to walk back to the dugout with a strikeout, embarrassed.
Right.
And guess what? We're going to pat him in the back and say, hey, that was great conduct on your part. That's what I have a problem with. You have to let these guys compete. So, yes, there is a code of conduct, BK. However, I think we sometimes are too sensitive. And in this case, he's up there to compete, and he doesn't want to strike out yonder. At the end of the day, do you think I'm not saying one at bat matters, but when you go to arbitration, do you think they're going to say, no, that at bat, we can erase it?
Nope.
Yeah, they're not teasing that out.
Because that doesn't count.
Are there times where you say, hey, guys, we're up 10, we're up 11, let's just take it easy?
The only rule I have when the score is like that is stealing.
Right.
I don't necessarily agree with stealing. Why? You can get hurt. So many things can happen to you when the score is like that. We will run the bases hard. We will run the bases the right way. But I think like a double steal or just a single steal, I don't think it's appropriate. But in between those lines, if I have a bat in my hand and there's a pitcher there, it's on. I have no question about that.
And in most cases, even in blowouts, teams will keep the shift on.
Okay.
Okay.
So if you have the shift on,
I'm so glad you touched that.
Right.
Exactly.
Yonder, listen to this. You know, I remember, you know, when I played, they had the shift on me. It was a blowout.
Right.
You know, and it was like the 5th inning. Actually, it wasn't even a blowout. It was like 7-3. And I bunted for a hit.
Right.
And then I got thrown at. I'm like, wait a second, 7-3.
Yeah.
You guys are still shifting me.
Right.
And what do you want me to do? Like hit another top spin line drive into the shift and just take a right and go to the dugout? So I bunted for a hit, and then I got thrown at. And I got reprimanded for it. I'm like, wait a second, really? Really? Okay, why don't you just play straight?
Right. If you do that, then you
Carlos, you know what? Or tell the pitcher to just throw fastballs.
Why don't you do that?
17-0. Why do I get? Because I remember I've played the 17-0 games, and I would get 2-0 sliders or 2-1 changeup so I can roll it over to the shift. How about you throw me fastballs then? You know what? If the pitcher is standing there and it's a position player, or is Rocco Baldelli pitching because he wants to save his bullpen, if you throw it right there and it's a cookie, I'm swinging. Now, again, the only thing I have a problem with is the fact that they told him to wait for a strike and take a strike. So you have to respect the sign. But if it's Rocco Baldelli on the mound and I see a cookie, I'm swinging.